Hey guys, welcome back. This is Heather with your video for this week. I wanted to talk about money this week. And the topic you'll see, the title is Let's Get Serious About Money. Because a couple weeks ago, we had a coaching call that talked a lot about money and how a lot of people were in kind of the same boat with things not being where they want it to be. So I just wanted to kind of share some things that you all can do that I've done that has completely changed money in my life. So, okay, so getting serious about money. So basically, what I'm saying about that is really focusing on it, really focusing on it until it gets better, until the money area gets better. So there's talk out in the manifestation world that, like, what should I focus on? Do I focus on everything or do I focus on one thing at a time? And, everybody's got their own thoughts about that and their own beliefs. But what I have noticed is when you really hone in on one thing and hone in on it until it manifests, basically. So persisting in the assumption until it hardens into fact. So according, that's a Neville Goddard paraphrased quote, I'm sure. But to persist until it hardens into fact. So I want you to remember that whatever you persist in, whatever you put your focus on, it will eventually harden into fact. So, and it rings true with affirmations of any thought, any affirmation, which I just look at as thoughts of the things that you want, new thoughts. You're creating new thoughts to think. That any thought that you have or any affirmation that you create, if you persist, meaning you hone in on that affirmation, you repeat it until you feel like it's basically real to you or true for you, it will harden into fact. And I've proven this over and over different areas of my life that it does. It absolutely does. And you'll sometimes when you do self-concept, or all the time, I'm sorry, not sometimes, but all the time when you do self-concept affirmations, pretty quickly you'll hear people repeat it back to you. Just very quickly, people conform to tell you what you want to hear, basically. So, and it's the same with money, same with everything. So whatever. So when you choose your desires, you choose the affirmations as if it's already done. You can also do it as an expectation of it happening soon. Either way, I fluctuate a lot, but I do understand, or I do feel I resonate a little bit more when I know it's already done, like because I know it's done. So, so you choose your affirmation of what it is that you want, whatever it is, doesn't matter what it is. It will come. It will come to you if you persist. Basically, only if you persist. This is why persisting in your affirmations, in your new story, whatever it is, if you persist until it works. So a lot of times I hear, well, it didn't work. My affirmations didn't work. It didn't work. I wanted this by this time. It didn't work. And the thing is, there's going to be resistance around that. If it hasn't manifested yet, you don't give up. That's the issue. And most people give up because they just think that. So it was brought up a couple of weeks ago of a timeline. You can do timelines. Like I'm gonna get this money by that. So it can absolutely 100% works, or 100% can work. It can. So it's up to you. But if you don't get your manifestation by the time that you had put the time on, don't give up. It's still coming. And most people give up. Like most people just give up. And this is the biggest part. The biggest part, there's lots of parts, but this is one of the biggest parts that I see people not get their manifestations, not get their desires, is because they give up and they say it doesn't work. You are the creator of your reality, period. That's it. So you decide what it is you want. As the God of your reality, you get to decide this. You're the only one with free will in your reality. You decide what you want. You decide whether it's going to work or not. So when you say that it doesn't work, guess what? It doesn't work. When you say affirmations don't work, that's you putting that on there. Not the affirmation. The affirmations work. They do work. They do work insanely well. It's like incredibly. Like so on my channel, on my YouTube channel, so I said last week that I am going to pursue keeping it as a podcast, and that I want to start interviewing people with success stories. So I've been talking to a girl the last couple of days, and in hopes to actually have her on my podcast to interview her of her amazing success. That it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible what this girl has manifested, and it's strictly using affirmations. And so, you know, when I tell you the story, you might be like, whoa, that can't be true. But I want you to know, I want you to remember before I tell you what she did. I'm not going to go into the whole story, but that she worked on her self-concept first for a few months. Like, I'm a master manifestor. I'm the God of my reality. I am powerful. I get everything I want. I manifest everything. I manifest instantly. My manifestations come in instantly. Stuff like that. Self-concept as a creator, as a powerful creator, as the God of her reality, that sort of thing. That she gets everything she wants. She worked on that for a few months, and then she honed in on the desires that she had. But she created an affirmation saying, because I am God, I have $3.2 million. And so so I thought of this a few days ago about this video about Get Serious About Money, and then started talking about interviewing success stories, and then she came right into my experience. And so what she did was, that was her affirmation: because I am God, I have $3.2 million. So she got very, very serious, because she's been manifesting. She manifested a celebrity SP. She manifested $100,000 prior. She manifested her dream body. She's manifesting different areas of her life, one thing at a time, basically one thing at a time. She gets serious about it. And so what she does, or what she did, when she gets serious about something, she takes the one affirmation, and then she takes 5 times out of the day where she times herself for 15 to 20 minutes, and she just affirms that affirmation for 15 to 20 minutes, 5 times a day. She also recorded herself saying that affirmation, and she listened to it throughout the night. How long did it take her to manifest $3.2 million? 3 days. Took her 3 days to manifest $3.2 million. It got deposited into her checking account. So, because we are powerful creators, because we really don't have to partake in human laws. We're more powerful than we've ever thought we were. I've heard numerous success stories just like hers. When I was getting into manifesting millions of dollars, I started manifesting success stories of people who manifested millions of dollars. And so my thing was always a lottery. And now it's not. Like, yes, of course I want to be a lottery jackpot winner. Of course, because I do want that experience. But I've also, now I've left that out for the money part. about manifesting millions. I don't care where it comes from. And I know Abraham Hicks talks about when people say they want to win the lottery, and they're like, you're kind of limiting yourself to how money can come to you. And I know that they do not. There's so much. I've said it. I keep saying it. I hate. Me hearing myself say it is annoying. But there's so much that Abraham doesn't say. There's so much because they're so mainstream that they can't say so many things, because it would be, people would run with it. So like the success stories that I keep running into, I mean, there's no way that Abraham would ever say, yeah, just affirm millions of dollars in your account, or millions of dollars or whatever, and expect it to come into your bank account. They would never say that, right? They would never say that. So there's a lot that they don't say. There's a lot that people are manifesting that we're not told is possible. But we're told in certain ways that things are possible, that everything's possible. So if you can think it, right, it can happen. So the other thing, I got to remember to do that today. So on the Millionaire Manifester, this came up too, that I'm running like a little challenge with people. If they dare to, it's a dare, if they dare to do this one affirmation, millions of dollars just magically appeared in my account. And so I got one person saying, well, if it can magically appear, it can magically disappear. And I'm like, that's a belief system. And so a lot of people get that paranoia of, well, if it appears in my bank account, you know, blah, 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 it can be taken back out. Well, if you have that fear, it will probably happen. But you have to remember how powerful you are and how anything can happen. And that this is all an illusion anyway. That, you know, there's really nothing real, really, right? So you have to keep all that in mind, that everything is possible. Anything is possible. If you can think it, it can happen. So when I say get serious about money, get serious about money. And that, so what that includes, so this girl that I've been talking to, her mental diet was on point. And I talk about this a lot because it's massive, you guys. So you can't just affirm 5 times a day and then have a really crappy mental diet. You can't. It doesn't work. And I think that's where a lot of people run into issues. Like they waver, and then they talk about the things they don't want. They either watch the news or talk to their friends or vent or any number of those things. And then they say, well, I don't know why it's not working. I've been working on this for years. I don't know why. So one thing that I know, like I posted on the Millionaire Manifester yesterday, Neville Goddard quote about how assuming it to be true is very powerful. So you have to start assuming it's already done. Like it is now your new reality. And of course, if the millions of dollars is not in your account yet, you can't go and spend millions of dollars. So it's like, but you have to assume it as real in your mind. The more you assume things to be real right now, the faster they will be real in the 3D. It's a huge thing because this is something that I, looking back on, I was waiting a lot. I was waiting for a long time. And I hear that from people, how they've been waiting for their manifestation. And this isn't waiting. We're not supposed to be waiting. We're supposed to be assuming it's already done. And like living in our mind as if it's already done. And when I started doing that, things started changing really quick. Really quick. So, so choose what you want and stick to a mental diet. So a big deal with the mental diet is throughout your whole day. So when you're shopping, do not complain about how things are expensive. Because if you say that, oh, this is expensive, oh, gas is expensive, blah, 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 right? That is, you're affirming for the reality that you don't want, but you're getting it more, right? You're still getting it. That's why I said California is cheap for us to live. Like we're creating a reality where California is cheap for us. Nobody ever says that. Do you think anybody says that in California? Nobody. We don't go around telling people that necessarily, but that's the reality that we're choosing because things just seem to be really affordable, really like they just work out. But we chose that reality from the beginning. So we don't think things are expensive. And if prices seem to be a little bit higher sometimes, because sometimes they do, I just keep affirming that things are cheap. Or I just keep affirming that money just keeps flowing in anyway. Because I have a lot of affirmations about money. Money comes in daily. Clients sign up to work with me every day. You know, all this stuff, either money and business, both. So check your thoughts while you're out and about, when you're shopping, when you're getting gas, when you're doing whatever. When people talk about inflation, just say it in your mind. Inflation doesn't bother me. Inflation doesn't affect me. Those are the things, because you're creating the rules of your reality. With every thought that you have, you're creating the rule for you and your reality. So if you don't like how other people are, don't be one of them. Create your own rules. Like, no, things are cheap for me. Things are always on sale. I have more than enough money for everything I need. You know, so I have all these affirmations. So it's funny. So I'm staying in this Airbnb and the TV wasn't working right. Like, you can kind of tell that it's going out. So I told the host, the owner, and so she ordered a new TV. So the new TV came, and she's like, if you're able to, hook it up, that'd be great. If not, that's fine. I'll hire someone to do it. And so I hooked it up. And so she's like, oh, that's so awesome. She's loving me right now. And so she's like, oh, let me buy you dinner, DoorDash. I'll have it delivered. What do you guys want? And so I told her. And so like the next night, DoorDash was late. Like, they were running late. And I was waiting at the front door, just chilling because it's nice out and it's pretty. And so she was like kind of stressed out. She was texting me like, oh, they're late. They're always late, blah, 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 complaining, right? She's a very nice lady. Very nice lady. But throughout this whole week, like communicating with the TV and stuff like that, I kept saying, oh, it's no problem. It's no problem. We're good. It's all good. I said, we don't really watch a whole lot of TV anyway. It's not a big deal. And, but I'm like, it's not a big deal. I just know someone else will complain. I'm not really, it's just, I'm letting you know what the TV is doing. And so I've just been chill all week. And so this DoorDash delivery is late. And I'm just like, it's not a big deal at all. Like, I literally don't care that it's late. One thing is because I think I ate a snack before, and then I was kind of concerned that, because I knew our dinner was going to be very filling. And so I was like, kind of concerned that I ate a snack a little too late so that I'd be like not very hungry at dinner time. So anyway, our dinner was late. So she's texting me. We were texting back and forth about stuff. And she's finally like, you have the patience of a saint. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, I learned to kind of chill out. Like, I just chill out about everything. And, the real reason is I chill because I know that when I chill, things work out, right? So I learned this from Dr. Wayne Dyer. He hit home for me a couple of years ago about chilling out and just really just being kind of zen and not freaking out about it. I don't freak out about anything. Like, I have patience. I'm just chill. Like, if I'm waiting in line, I find a way to amuse myself. I just don't stress out about anything because I know stressing out on things is resistance. And then I start attracting things or I start creating more resistance in my life. I told her, I'm a mindset coach. I'm a former therapist. I've learned, kind of to chill out. I said, I used to meditate every day. I know that chilled me out. And so she wrote back, she's like, oh my God. She goes, I'm a counseling psych major. She goes, and I'm well therapized. But she goes, but I get PO'd at least once a day or whatever, daily, on the daily. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. So, and that took a long time for me to chill out, to really realize, hey, this is really important. So that's why the other day when I created the title of this video, this is what I wanted to say for the week is, let's get serious about money, which means let's get serious about the way we're thinking, or the way you're thinking, because I've got my thinking set. But the way you may be thinking of, like, if you're stressing out about money, you're not going to manifest millions of dollars very easily. You're just not. So, I mean, it's possible, but it's not going to be easy. You know, it's like, it's just not going to be as quickly as you want. It's not going to be as easy as you want it to be. So if you want money to be easy, you have to chill out about money and be like, money is easy. Money comes to me. Money, I always have more than enough for what I need. And for, you know, for at the very least, right? That money, I have more than enough money for what I need. Money comes to me easily. Money comes to me without any effort. You know, like, affirm it and then you'll see it, right? Affirm it. Create new thoughts around it instead of like, you know, money is tight, or money's so hard, or money's hard to get, or, you know, it never comes in for me. Stop saying that. Like, I literally, what I would love, this is my dream, is to never hear it again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because it's something that I don't, like, I practice it so strongly that if somebody asked me, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to say anything about it. Like, well, at this point, there is no issue with money, but you know what I mean? Like, on my journey, I would never vent about it. I would never talk about it, because I knew what I was doing was going to work. I knew that if I didn't talk about money problems, I knew it in my heart. Like, I knew it. So I do not engage in that conversation. I didn't on my journey. I didn't. I shut my mouth when it came to money. I shut my mouth to whatever manifestation I'm currently working on, about anything negative about it. So that's what I highly recommend. I'm really surprised when people do say things like in other groups and stuff, because I'm like, you're just affirming it again. Stop it. Just stop. Just continue on your way of money is working out. It's working out. And stick to that story. Because every single time you revert back to the old story, you're affirming this old story again. Because we know that time is elusive. It's right now. Everything is right now. All that matters is the thought that you're thinking right now. All the previous thoughts do not matter. So let's get serious. So take a look at your mental diet all the time. When you start venting about money, when you start thinking about negatively about money, pay attention to that. Be like, you know what? No. I know it's going to work out. I know my affirmations are working. I know that I'm going to have a freaking breakthrough. Get firm. Command. Get angry. Like I said the other day, get angry about it if you're angry. Let it out. If you're really upset, just let it out. Let the emotion out for a few minutes. And then get back to work. Get back to being like, you know what? No. Money's going to be better for me. And very quickly, you'll notice money will get better for you. And then you just work towards, then you work on that momentum, right? It'll get better and better and better and better and better. So, do what this girl did 3 to 5 times out of the day, minimum 3. Take 10 to 20 minutes and affirm. Affirm 1 to 2 affirmations. That's it. You can rampage throughout the day as well about money, all kinds of different things about money. But take the time and do it. Get very serious about money. Because if you get serious with it, the money will get serious. It will come in. You will see it. So, and do not repeat the old story. put your hand over your mouth and tell yourself to stop. You have to stop talking about it. You have to stop saying things aren't working for you. You have to stop saying that it's not working out for you, because it is. The only reason why it's not is because you keep affirming that it's not. I work with clients all the time, and when I hear, sometimes some of them will say their new story and then they repeat their old story right away, and I'm like, stop doing that. You have to stop doing that. So I know I'm not telling everybody, not everybody's doing this, but some of you are. Stop repeating the old story. Just be quiet. Just don't say anything. If somebody's talking about anything about money that's negative, walk away. Like, run. Walk away, run. I like changing I just change the subject all the time. If I'm able to leave, I leave. Or I just change the subject. Or I just do not engage. I don't engage with people who are talking about things. The thing is, it normally doesn't happen anymore because I don't think about it. So I'm not attracting these conversations. Like, I never talk about it. Like, I've talked about it for months now that all my friends think I'm rich. I don't talk about, well, do I talk about money to people? Like, I just stay off the subject. I think because I stay off the subject, instead of talking about how broke I am, or how, which I'm not, but you know what I mean? Like, how normal people talk about being broke, or talking about, all this stupid crap that people talk about, gas prices and inflation and bullshit, right? They talk about that. So people get used to people talking about that, but I don't talk about that stuff. And then I talk about, like, oh, I'm going to go test drive, a Porsche. I did that a few months ago. My friend called me up. Where are you going? I'm like, I'm headed down to Scottsdale. Oh, what are you doing down there? I'm going to go test drive a Cayenne. Oh, that's all I say about anything. I'm going to go test drive a Bentley, test drive a Tesla. Like, I go and test drive the cars that I'm manifesting. I go look at the houses. I go to the neighborhoods of the houses of where I'm buying a house. That's all I talk about. I don't talk about, well, I've got millions of dollars in my bank account or anything like that. I just talk about what I'm doing if people ask. Like, I don't tell people if they don't ask me. I just keep things to myself, and that's it. And then people they just assume. And then they get very curious of, like, well, what are you doing for money? I'm just like, I just do stuff. So I manifest it. Sometimes I tell them that. But how? And I'm like, well, just money comes from anywhere. So anyway, get serious about your money. Spend the next few weeks getting very serious about money. If money is an issue for you, if you want to manifest more money, if you want to manifest millions, let me know. Because it's a daily thing on the Millionaire Manifestor. I'm reposting the same post every day for a while about millions of dollars just magically appear in my bank account, something like that. Okay, guys, I hope this was helpful. Hopefully, we will all have millions of dollars in our bank accounts very, very soon. So I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.